with excuses, we can convince ourselves that our excuses are real reasons and justify holding us back, and literally deny that they're excuses until we're blue in the face. How do I know this? Well, because I'm a human being, and I've done it too. Now, lots of times we won't admit that what we're saying is really an excuse. We actually are using our excuses as a means for justifying our lack of inactivity or lack of inactivity to income-producing activities in particular, because sometimes that can be uncomfortable. And, lots of people hide behind their income-producing activities. What do I mean by that? Well, lots of people don't want to communicate with others for some reason. They don't want to talk to them. They don't want to communicate back and forth. And so they use just automated traffic, and they never use communication. And then they wonder why the businesses that they're building aren't standing the test of time. I'll tell you what, if you added that communication with others in addition to your automation, you will not only grow as a person, but you will learn some things that could help other people as they're going through the process of communicating with others for your businesses. So keep that in mind. You may think to yourself, I don't need that. I can just drive traffic. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to communicate with others. That may be true, but guess what? There are people that you're going to bring on board that need that. And so why not adopt that and use some of those communication philosophies and tactics? Like, for example, tonight I'll be doing a live prospecting session for at least an hour. People are welcome to sit in and watch that and see exactly how we can communicate with others and show others our opportunity. So there's a real danger with excuses. I've been guilty of what's been labeled as failure excusitis, okay? And that's a terrible disease. It feeds indecision, and round we go, right? For years and years and years, I've used excuses. In fact, sometimes I catch myself using excuses, and I don't admit it, but I admit it publicly. Here's why. Because it helps personal growth when you can admit to yourself that you're using excuses. And one of the most challenging things to do is to admit that it is an excuse. No, you don't understand. It's not an excuse. And you can justify to others why it's a legitimate reason that you can't do something. And when you dig deeper and look into yourself, you realize that, I guess I was using it as an excuse. No, not I guess I was. You were. So even when you do just, admit it fully. Don't leave a toe in the water. Dig that toe out and said, you're right. You know something? I've been using excuses. And that was an excuse, even though for years I've been using it as an excuse, but as what I believe is a legitimate reason. And I'm not asking people to put self-imposed thoughts into their minds. There's a big difference between accountability and self-imposition. When you feel like that you're imposing on yourself, that's not accountability. In fact, it's quite the opposite of that. You want to be accountable for your actions and accountable, even more importantly, for your inactions, and even more importantly, for correcting mistakes that you will continue to make the rest of your life. Because guess what? No one's perfect. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Oftentimes, mistakes are done purposely. Ooh, now that's heavy. All right? I'm not going to get into a dissertation about that, but mistakes are something that you need to correct. That's something that we all need to correct and learn from, and then be able to teach it with the story of our mistakes and how we learned from them. Because when you tell a story about something that happened to you and how you used to respond to it, and now how you changed how you respond to what happens to you in life, and how that has a marked effect on your life, that's going to inspire and motivate others. And it's really cool the way when you just put others first, no matter what, just put others first. They love to be appreciated. Recognition is something that men die for and babies cry for, and women, of course. But you want to recognize people all the time and let it come from the heart, not just as let me see now, if I recognize this person, then I can do this. When you have an end in mind of yourself, then it's not genuine. But when the end in mind is that of helping the other person, well, I tell you what, that's not only so genuine, but it just does something. There's a spark in a relationship that can occur when you're genuine and sincere and you have them and your others focused. So I just wanted to touch on that today. So here we go, folks. Go ahead and change somebody's life. Compliment them, love them. With that said, I hope you make it a wonderful day, and don't let anyone steal your dreams.